So I suppose, John, if you first say about when you were here last time, obviously the amazing success, if you could just sort of go over those days, I suppose, a little bit.
Yeah, 88, 89, I think, yeah. I got a call from Bill, who I think was general manager then, about coming down to have a chat with them. They spoke to, I was at Dagenham then, they spoke to them, yeah. Maidstone was certainly what would be classed as one of the bigger clubs then. Came down and had a chat with Bill and Jim Thompson towards the end of the season, which was really a plus because it gave me a chance to see players, some I knew, some I didn't know as well. Been able to have a good look and then do some things for the start of the following season. And after what I think was a little bit of a slowish sort of start, 5 or 6 games, I thought we really picked it up, and I thought we were a terrific team, but also produced some outstanding individuals. Team's got to come first, but out of the team comes some individuals like Mark Beanie, Steve Butler, Ken Charlery, Mark Gall, done absolutely terrific. Went on to like some really good clubs and up the leagues and done really well. But Maidstone then, if someone had asked my opinion then of what would happen to Maidstone, I think it would said go up again, because I say it certainly was a vibrant club, lots of good people at the club, and terrific support. Support's not changed, terrific support. And I always look upon Maidstone. It's one of the reasons that when the club spoke to me, that I did come back, and it was because I wasn't particularly looking at that time to do something. I had some other things I was going to do, but I think Maidstone gave me my first chance of real success, if you like. I'd had success in a little bit lower than that, but to win the conference or the Gold League or whatever it was then, which is the National League now, although I never stayed on, I think it gave sort of my career a boost, and I think I owe a little bit to, as much as I think Maidstone might have owed a little bit to me, I owed a little bit to Maidstone, which is what I want to try and pay back now.
So if we talk about all those wonderful players, your Smokey Galls, your Steve Butlers, what were those sort of core characteristics that they had that meant that they were so successful?
Unbelievable winning attitude with lots of those players, and not just the ones I mentioned. There was people like David Jakes and Tony Pamphlet that were just winners. If someone said, what were they good at? Tony Pamphlet, Mark Golly, David Jakes, Mark Hill, what were they good at? They were good at winning. They were good at winning. They had their own skills, but it was the winning mentality that those people had. When we got the ball forward, at that time, Ken Charlery, Mark Gall, Steve Butler, Noel Ashford, best 4 attacking players in the country without at that level, and probably if you went one above, better than anything, I think. And those 4 players scored loads of goals. Noel Ashford, who I think in all my time in this game, outside of the league, that's managing the league, so outside of the league, is the best attacking player I've ever had. He was phenomenal, a phenomenal player. And we had to get the ball, all we had to do was get the ball at the other end, and someone could make something happen. And it was great to work with him, great team spirit, which you've got to have, but it's a winning attitude was massive.
I suppose it's the case now you've had your pre-season to get everyone together, that you're looking for those boys now to sort of recreate that magic, I suppose.
Yeah, of course, it's under slightly different circumstances, I think, because from last year, I think from before we came in from last year, I think at the moment Wish is the only player that we've retained or has been retained or is retained from last year, which has another year on his contract. Outside of that, it's all new. Yeah, we brought some in a bit late last year with Justin, who came in, Jake Embry came in. And it's been a tough time. You know, we wasn't looking for 3 or 4 or 5 players. You know, we're looking for sort of 16 players, if you like. We've done, I think, remarkably well. We're not, with the greatest respect, we're not shopping at Harrods now. That is no disrespect to any of the players here. We're not, so we've got to shop elsewhere. But I think we've shopped well. We're still a touch light in 1 or 2 areas, but the club's been very good. Terry and Oliver, the owners, have helped as much as they can financially. We just hope that we just hope the first thing we can recreate is a spirit that we've had at other clubs, that I've had at other clubs. That'll take a little bit of time with so many players. We've actually started 3 or 4 days later than I would normally have started, and that was for 2 reasons. I wanted to make sure we had everything in place before we started. We can pick up, you know, some days that perhaps we wouldn't train, we'll train. And by the time the season starts, I think that we'll be ready. But I think we might be a team that grows into it as well, because, as I say, lots of new people coming in.